There's plenty of other entrepreneurs struggling. You're still 19 doing data science.
Ubuntu. In a township, I grew up in a community where
You're trying to survive and you're trying to do something for someone else as well.
I wouldn't just abandon my friendship.
Especially in South Africa, I think we need a bit more of that.
My greatest weakness,
With such enthusiasm, doesn't necessarily mean he can run a crafts business.
get the word out there to all the entrepreneurs.
Sends a message that you guys all mean business, pun intended. Welcome to the HostAfrica, where we discuss web hosting and how it relates to business, the individual, and its general role in society. I'm Ashwin, your host. For our first episode, we'll be getting into a small series with a team of young and upcoming entrepreneurs. So basically what it's like to be an entrepreneur in this here continent of Africa. Hi Philly, how do you do?
I'm excited to be here.
Obviously, I have a couple of questions for you. Let's get into that. Entrepreneurship, what is that to you? Is it just a means to an end, or is it something that you consider a way of life? You know, some people, maybe they'll go to the gym and they say they want to get their summer body. So they're just training for maybe 4 or 5 months until it's summer, and then they're done with the gym, they're done exercising. But for other people, they train throughout the year because exercise is their thing.
It's more of like a lifetime thing. As an entrepreneur, there's more opportunity that you can create for yourself and others around you. Unlike doing something for a short term whereby it's only benefiting you, I get to explore many opportunities and also create opportunities for others who can create them for themselves.
I'm guessing that means if you weren't studying what you are studying now, you'd still find some way to be an entrepreneur.
Yes, studying data science doesn't limit you to only be behind laptops and be dealing with data from companies to companies. Actually also allows me to be able to get data from different sources and come up with something better that can benefit me or someone else, besides the company that I'm working for. So being an entrepreneur, also being outside my field of study, enables to me to use those skills that I've studied before, and then also to get another set of skills along the way on the journey of maybe creating something better that can help someone or even myself.
Do you think your background then influenced how you see your path as an entrepreneur? Do you think if you were studying architecture or entomology or to be a doctor, or if things hadn't gone the way they had for you in your life, do you think you'd still want to be an entrepreneur?
Yes, my background is actually this influence for me to take a decision to be an entrepreneur. Coming from a township, you see many opportunities, but sometimes you are very limited because you don't have network or access to other facilities. And then also me choosing to be in a data science environment. Now our world basically is driven by technology. I also don't want to be left out. So actually, yeah, even if I was from township, I feel like I would still be an entrepreneur because cities, the township, suburbs, I think they do have that one common problem. For example, service delivery. There's something that each needs. Somebody just need to take the initiative to start it and then say, hey people, here I'm offering help because I know that this is what you actually want and need. And then this can help you maybe in the coming 10 years before AI or fully takes over.
You're still 19. There's a lot of different paths you can take. Coming from a township, do you feel like you have a responsibility to help or provide a service for people in the township? Or are you mostly looking to overcome the hardships that you experience there yourself? Because maybe not many people would, maybe someone wants to go overseas and then they won't go back to their home and maybe try to help out people in their suburb or their neighborhood or whatever. They'll kind of just take care of themselves, which is not necessarily bad. But you mentioning that there's different needs in the township, does that mean you would want to go back and offer something if you can?
Yes, for me, I wouldn't say I grew up in a hardship township whereby I had to struggle my way out to get something. I have like a soft living on township whereby I had all the helps that I needed, all the opportunities that were there. I could easily access them. As a child who from school, I had places where I knew I could go and they were able to help me with my schoolwork or any opportunities that are available that I might be interested in. There's also one thing that called Ubuntu. So in a township, I grew up in a community whereby it takes a village to grow a child. Each and every community member do help where they can to help someone to achieve their dreams. So for me, I wouldn't just abandon my township just like that because I have a lot of giving to do for them because as they did together, as young as I am, some others are still in school at my age. For me to be this young and then able to get some opportunities to actually build my life or my success or career, I feel like I do owe it to the people who actually were there to support me, to be my structure and able to build myself to be where I am currently.
It's a very noble perspective. Not many people will see it that way because everybody's trying to survive in their own way. You're trying to survive and you're trying to do something for someone else as well. Especially in South Africa, I think we need a bit more of that. I see you guys are coming up through the Seedstar program for other entrepreneurs out there. What does the Seedstar program offer? Is it strictly for young people, or maybe they're over 40, they want to try something new? Can they also apply for the Seedstar program?
Yes, it is a program anyone can apply for. So Seedstar program helps people who have ideas to get their startups going. So if you have this specific idea now, they're going to help you to identify their business model for your problem, get deep into the problem. If is it a necessary problem or is just a once-off solution to the problem, the market, is it a deep sea or someone else is solving it? So they actually guiding you, this idea that you have, is it actually going to work out, or is still going to work out but for a short time, or is it actually a no-go zone area? If you want to start up now, you're actually going to need more than what you already have. Get the word out there to all the entrepreneurs. It's a program that they should go to. Some entrepreneurs can have an idea, but they don't know what's the problem to it. So they reverse engineer, whereby they have a solution and then they create a problem for themselves. So Seedstar actually helps you to identify the problem and then come to a solution.
It's a cool approach. You guys are doing data science now and you're learning about entrepreneurship in a way that maybe you wouldn't have if you just focused on data science.
They take me to be out of my shell and be like, go out there and then to actually identify the problem that I'm trying to solve, try to make you a living, gain profit or become successful out of it.
There's plenty of other entrepreneurs struggling, trying to figure out what their market is, how they should go about solving their problem or presenting their product. They package all of that together so you know how to approach what it is that you need to do. I think it's a fair assumption to make that you technologically adept. You're studying data science, so you have a good idea of how technology works. If you think of a local auntie who bakes breads and cookies and muffins from a kitchen, you know, she has a Facebook page, she has an Instagram page, but that will only take you so far. Having a website with an associated email sends a message that you guys will mean business, pun intended.
Most of our target market is the university students. Students, they do everything on social media. Putting us out there in the social media give us a great advantage of our business to be find and recognize. Everything now in the world technology driven, whereby everything is a click away. So now we're trying to utilize that technology whereby no customers of ours basically move an inch to get what they want.
A very modern problem. Most students and young people in general spend a lot of time on social media. But say Nike or Adidas or FNB, if they were just on social media, you wonder a bit about them. But I mean, you see the website and you see it's professionally done. They're a proper company. I'm just thinking in terms of the marketing value of a website versus social media.
So we also do have a website for the professional side. This is us and this is what we're trying to do. And then this is how it's going to benefit your side, and then how is it going to benefit the students in particular. The social media basically is trying to get more university students to be like, oh, there's something that I actually do need, so let me go check it out. If you have to download the app, they can download the app. If they have to go check the website to see how it actually works and how to contact us.
I'm glad you're saying it with such enthusiasm. I mean, I think it's good. You need to be available all over the place. It sounds like you guys are definitely on the right trajectory. I only have one more question for you. You're fortunate enough to have found 3 other people who also share your passion and your drive and your commitment. If you were doing all of this on your own, what do you think your greatest challenge would be and your greatest strength would be?
My greatest weakness, it will be the social platforms. I'm not very good with interacting on social media. I find it very hard to be out there because I'm also usually keen to my laptop, coding all day long. The greatest strength that I will have basically coming up to develop the website and then also to develop the app. My weakness basically will be like trying to be out there in the market, understand the market in depth, and also like to give the service that they want that will actually attract them. But in a professional manner, getting the website ready, maybe talking to partners, that will be one of my strengths. But coming to talk with the students, even though I'm a student myself, I cannot really relate to the modern world that they live in. So yeah, that will be my greatest weakness. But weakness strengths, basically all the technical stuff, that will be me.
You kind of put it into perspective. So let's say there's a craftsman and he does woodwork, he makes furniture. Just because he's good at making cupboards and all of those things doesn't necessarily mean that he can run a crafts business. And I think that's where Seedstars is coming in, because I mean, you have your technical skill, your expertise, and then you're learning the business side of it now. I think you guys have a well-rounded system. There's a path for you to follow, and you guys are, well, you're following it. I think success is only a matter of time now.
Even though we have a path that is leading us to the right direction, as an entrepreneur, you just need to get out of the path just to find out something so that you can move faster. Like working with your own profit, we can buy a bike and then move faster to get to your destination. So that's what me and my team are trying to. You know that sister won't be there for us the whole time to actually spoon feed us. Sister would be like, no, we draw the limit here. This is where we end. This is all you guys. So we also need to actually be prepared to take that into account and then actually to move without depend on them.
Hopefully you guys get to stay on it and obviously be consistent and work well together. I think only good things will come if you guys, just continue the way you're going. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you and just learning a bit more about your story and the talent that we have here in Africa, especially South Africa. If you guys have any questions or topics that you'd like to hear about, you can feel free to reach out to us. This is obviously the audience. Thanks for listening to the Host African. Goodbye.